Check one. Check two. Checkity, 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 checkity. Welcome to the program. Welcome, 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 welcome. And we're live. I think we're live. Are we live? Hi, everybody. Waiting for the stream to kick in. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Revving up the engine. Rev it up. Rev it up, rev it up, rev it up. Ba-ba-boom. Talking about the Jews. Talking about the Jews. Jew talk. From the river to the sea. From the river. Boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Hey, how you doing? My name is Marcus Conti. I'm going to talk about, I guess, what else are we going to talk about? Right now, we got a war going on. Can't let a good war go unreported, right? About this this notion of, in Israel. I mean, I've talked about it over and over again. And you ask yourself, who exactly owns and/or controls Israel? Who has a right to be in Israel right now? Is it the historical Palestinian Arab prior to 1948, or is it the newfangled Jew that came aboard in 1948 as well? What happened before that, right? Who has a rightful ownership of Israel, right? Or is it possible to actually split it up between the two, right? And you're hearing this expression, from the river to the sea. What exactly are they talking about? From what river? It's actually the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. It's quite a nice piece of real estate, if you don't, if you think about it. And but again, when you look at what's going on over there, how does it affect America? How does it affect the United States? I think it does. I think the American the American political view of Israel, America's support of Israel is very significant, both for Israel and here at home, because it affects elections. Who you support? Israel? Isn't it like the Zionist Jews, making the fucking concentration camp for the Palestinians, the occupation, right? As opposed to the Jew, who suggests that any comment whatsoever about Israel being an occupation is anti-Semitism. From the river to the sea is anti-Semitism, right? And so it does have. I guess the Jew vote is in the balance, and you don't want to bet against the Jews, right? You don't want to. The money is there, right? Fucking Jews got a lot of money. And influence and prestige and not it wasn't handed to them. They earned it. They worked for it. They hardworking human beings, right? And they want Israel. They want it badly. So we're going to look at the subject again and again and again. It shows an interesting interesting break in American politics because, and I'll tell you why. America is going to have an election in coming up in less than a year, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Palestinian people definitely have a right to exist. Right now, the left. That's what I want to say. Now I remember. The Democrats, right, are on what side of this argument? They seem to support Palestine, and the right, if you look at Fox News, supports Israel. unequivocally, undeniably, right? So I would say that the left's opinion of what's going on in Israel contradicts their own party. That's what I'm trying to say. The current U.S. policy in America defies the left because the left sees Palestine as having a right to be. And the actual, the left and the right in terms of politicians both agree that Israel is in charge and the Palestinian people should get the fuck out of there. So we're gonna look at this history of Gaza, for lack of a better subject matter right now. Welcome everybody in the chat. Vinny Martini in the house. William R. Hall up there in Syracuse in the house. Zoot Suit Cooter, Cas Philly Camden here. Chris Milk here as well. And who else is here? I saw Weevil Girl in there. Weevil Girl was in there for a second. For a hot minute. All right. So anyway, we'll look at the subject, and this is me. I got a website. I think I got a thumbnail too. Where's the thumbnail? Here's my thumbnail. Yeah, the SWAT stickers are going up in New York, right? They're rallying, right? That's what I wanted to talk about. Now, this is one of the you say to yourself, 300,000 Jews, Jew supporters of Israel, jammed down into D.C., Washington, D.C., and protested. But a couple of hundred Palestinians try to block the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York. And they're anti-Semitism, they're terrorists, they're civil disobedient, violent, all this nonsense. Right? But that's what somebody put this up. Is there can you draw parallels between the Israeli military and the Nazi occupation, what the Nazis did to the Jew, allegedly? Not really. At least not yet. Right? It's coming to that. Right? Israel. I think if Israel wasn't under such a watchful eye, they would have killed the Palestinians a long time ago. I don't know, by bombing, by poisoning, by first they started just making their lives miserable. Right? So does Israel's military rise to the level of Nazi Germany and Hitler? I think it's on its way, and the United States supports it. So I don't think a sign like this is, the Jew is looking at, look, they got SWAT stickers. They're using the SWAT sticker against the Jew. No, they're telling you that the Jew is acting like the Nazi. The Jew is acting like the Nazi, right? The Jew was supposed to. The Jew wanted to get away from the Nazi, and the Jew seems to be acting just like the Nazi. That's the point of it. So let's start here. This is good. You come home one day, right, honey? Say, honey, I'm home. Guy comes home from work or wherever he is, gets off his motorcycle, and he was out all night. And this is what happens. Watch this. Kung Fu bitch, fucking beat the shit out of him. That was like some Thai chick, right? Fucking Thai boxer chick, kicking the shit, take a knee in the ass. I'm not done with you yet. I'm not done with you. Where were you? You out with that lady. You out with that lady, I kick your ass. One more time. At least he took his helmet off, right? I would have left my helmet on, man. Fucking punch the helmet, bitch. Knees, it's Thai, right? She's throwing the knees. She's trained, right? She didn't hurt him, though. He's taking his shit like a man, right? Fucking, I don't know where it is. I think it's Thailand. Anyway. So also in the news is this ridiculous, stupid debate between Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida. Both are extreme long shots for the presidency. One of them is not even on the ballot, is not even acknowledging he's running, Gavin Newsom. But I do think that the governor of Florida and the governor of California it's an interesting debate, because where California is falling apart, Florida is thriving, right, under Ron DeSantis. Gavin Newsom is driving California into the gutter. People are leaving in droves. And Florida is flourishing. No income tax and beautiful weather, law and order. And so I don't know. So here they are. Who would win that argument if you had to flip? I mean, I think it's unequivocally Ron DeSantis. Right, putting all the woke nonsense aside, Ron DeSantis would be the pick of America. But let's listen to this Newsom and DeSantis debate. Again, I'll watch it. I'll watch a little bit of it. I think it'll be interesting to see these two opposing forces talk and debate, right? But none of them have a shot at the White House anyway because Trump's going to win.
I could care less what he has to say. I care what he does, and I don't like what he's doing.
This is the debate for the future of our country, because you have people like Joe Biden. They would love to see the Californication of the United States.
The war of words between the governors of California and Florida will collide tomorrow. Ron DeSantis and Governor Gavin Newsom will meet in a made-for-TV debate. It's unusual for two candidates who are not running against each other to meet like this.
Yeah.
But the two governors have been clashing for more than a year over how they run their respective states. Some believe this could be a glimpse into a potential presidential matchup in the future. KTVU political reporter Greg Lee joins us now live with a look at what.
So anyway, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but there is a debate going to happen between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis. It should be fascinating. I mean, again, Florida is thriving, California is sinking. Anyway, I think that's that's the deal there. The Jew, he's suffering. The Jew is suffering from anti-Semitism and his inability to get ahead in America. And here you go. This is a $7 million penthouse terrace is bigger than your apartment. This is the top of a building that this guy owns. This is Ari Ackerman. Ari Ackerman, a Jew, descendant of the real Jew, Ariel Sharon, one of the prime ministers of Israel. This is big, deep Jew money. $7 million apartment in Manhattan. It's on 13th Street and 6th Avenue. What a location. Holy smokes, right? You know, if you're not from New York, you would say, oh, that's not much. Well, look, you got a patio. My yard is bigger than that. This is on the top of a building in one of the most, lucrative metropolises in the world. So this is what the guy's patio looks like. And very, very wealthy Jew. Here he is, Mr. Ackerman, a Jew. And they're suffering. The Jew is just hurting right now because of the anti-Semitism and his lack of opportunity in America. Look at this place, $7 million. You got it? $7 million. Poor Jew. The poor Jew. So pro-Palestinian protesters, one carrying swastika, swarm Midtown in bid to derail Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. Oh, man, they're getting in the way of the Christmas tree, right? Can we call foul? Hey, man, why are you blocking a Christmas tree with your bullshit politics? Right? That's what people will say. Get out of the way, man. I paid good money to come to New York and see the fucking tree, and I got to look at your swastika? Fuck you. That's what people are saying right now. But do they have an argument there? So this guy's got a sign up. Israel military Nazis. Some Jew, I guess, is in his face. Doesn't like it. The Jew has his back to us. It's probably fucking that idiot that walks around with the camera. Jerk off. You know who I'm talking about. So then they push him and he shows his gun. The guy's carrying a gun, right? Fuck you, get off of me. Well, I don't know what, he's got a gun in New York City where there's no carrying allowed. I hope that's a legal gun because he's in trouble if it's not. Right, hold on.
Hey, what? You got a gun?
He shows his gun. The police finally see, this guy's getting harassed. So there's the Jew again, right? Crushing the guy's sign, right? It's
Stay back, stay back, stay back, stay back.
so the Jew shows up at the rally and rips the sign out of the guy's hand, steps all over his sign, pushes him, shoves him, and that's civil disobedience by the Palestinians. Right? The protester didn't do anything. He just had a sign. If you don't like the sign, walk away. So anyway, hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters swarmed the streets surrounding Rockefeller Center Wednesday, clashing with NYPD cops and chanting, "River to the sea, from the river to the sea," right? That's the chant. Right? Just like American Manifest Destiny, remember? From sea to shining sea. From the Atlantic to the Pacific. That was the idea of the Americans' manifest destiny. It is our destiny to manifest from one ocean to the other, from sea to shining sea. Remember? How patriotic? But the Palestinians have something similar. They say from the river to the sea. And when they utter it, that's anti-Semitism because it stands in the face of the Jew. Right? Freedom of speech? Fuck you. You're a terrorist. You hate Jews. Waving Palestinian flags and signs calling for the end to genocide. Right? Palestinians waving flags saying end genocide. Is that true? Is that what's happening? One could definitely make the argument that it is genocide. The ralliers gathered along 6th Avenue alongside hordes of tourists waiting to see the tree. Unable to get the New York City to the tree, the enormous crowd instead swarmed around the tree outside the News Corps building. Free Palestine. When there's a couple of signs that are disturbing. There's a set of signs that they seem to be distributed, and the same crowd. It seems like the same kind of sign and the same kind of people, like they just switch protests. Now you'll say, I know conspiracy theorists will say, that's the Soros. That's the Soros money. The Soros money is pouring into the Palestinians, you see? The opposition voice, right? But maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it does seem that in New York, you do have people who like rallies. They like anarchy. They don't care if it's about fucking pro-Palestine or George Floyd. They're anarchists. They like to hit the street and break things and yell and chant and feel part of something. Right? People like that. They want to feel part of something. Right? So I suspect a bit of this is going on. This pro-Palestinian stuff is a little bit choreographed. But why target the Christmas tree, right? Fucking, hey, why not, right? Why not target the Christmas tree? What am I talking about, right? If you want to be heard, get in front of the tree, right? These are the signs I'm talking about. These signs are they're yellow. I gotta see if I can find more of them. You see them all the time. They're like yellowish. Let's see if I can find more of it. But anyway, it was mostly peaceful. Anybody saying that the pro-Palestinian rally down there in Rockefeller Center was anything but peaceful is lying. There was no disturbances that I saw. The only video I saw was some Jew trying to grab the fucking sign out of somebody's hand, right? Or some kind of agitator. What else we got? Yeah, these. I'm a little skeptical of these signs. Give it to me. Free Palestine, not that one. It's these yellow ones, these yellow and black ones. You see them all over the place. I don't know why that's not popping up. Let's try over here. Try over here. No, I take it back. I don't see many of them, many of the signs. I thought I saw them. Oh, look, the Beatles. So it's anti-Semitism. You can't gather. 300,000 Jews can swarm Washington, D.C., no problem. But if a couple of hundred, it's more than a couple of hundred. You might have 1,000 here. There's a lot of people. Rockefeller Center jammed in, head count. You're close to 1,000. A few more than a few hundred. But you're not allowed to do it. You know, the Jew is allowed to protest and voice his opinion and come together. But those dirty Palestinians, hell fucking no. Not allowed. It's anti-Semitism. River to the sea means no Jew in between. That's how the Jew perceives it. They hear the Rashida Tlaib, the congresswoman, was censured in Congress for saying from the river to the sea for the Palestinian people. And the Jew has been very aggressive in turning that statement, the powerful statement, into anti-Semitism. What is from sea to shining sea in America? Is that anti-Indian? Is that anti-England? Right? We broke away from England. Who knows? Right? It's a matter of opinion. Right? You're not going to be able to sing from sea to shining sea, America, America. Right? God shed His grace on thee. Isn't it in that? From sea to shining sea. I think that's the song. It's in there, right? You're going to change the fucking history, right? From river to the sea. Here's more. Let's see.
Well, after fights broke out.
Fox is pointing out that there were arrests. Who got arrested? It seems like a Jew who got arrested. I didn't see anything else. These are the signs, these yellow ones. I'm cautious of these yellow and red ones.
Out at a pro-Palestinian rally in Midtown Manhattan last night. It came as thousands of people gathered to celebrate the annual Christmas tree lighting at Rockefeller Center. And about a week ago, New York police arrested 34 protesters at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, including some who tried gluing their hands to the middle of the parade route. New York City Councilman Ari Kagan joins me now to talk about this. Councilman, good morning to you. Some of the signs that
listen, there's a super Jew. Watch the super Jew on Fox. It's really distasteful for Fox. I hope they change their tune soon. You're blindly supporting, these super Jews, right? Because they run your fucking company, really. But stop it already. It's people see it, right? Open your eyes. Most of America sees it as a bad situation for the Palestinians. And not that it justifies bombing Israel. That's not saying that at all. It is saying that without peace, those types of events are inevitable. If you keep your boot on someone's throat long enough, you either kill them or they get up and kill you. Right? One or the other.
These protesters were holding compared the Israeli military in Israel to Nazis. What do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
To me, I'm a son of Holocaust survivors. It's very offensive.
I am a Holocaust survivor, and this is very offensive. Bullshit.
Because they don't know what they're talking about when they talk about genocide.
You don't know what they're talking about? Look, the ambassador forgot what genocide is. He doesn't know that killing people off and kicking them off their land and forcing them out is genocide. It's ethnic cleansing. He doesn't know what it is. He has no idea.
Israel to Nazis, and I do not recall ceasefires, truce, medicine, water, or any kind of negotiations in World War II. They have no idea what they're talking about.
I would agree with that. The Germans were far more non-negotiable. the Germans were not negotiating. They were like, we're taking your property, and if you don't like it, we're going to kill you. Right? Get up against the wall. They didn't do it to just the Jews. They did it to everybody. They were in England. They were in France. They were in fucking Poland. They were everywhere. They didn't run into Italy yet because the leader of Italy sided with Hitler. But once Hitler fell, the Italians surrendered. They said, no, we're with you. The Japanese didn't surrender. The Japanese had their own fucking vision of what was going on. When Hitler fell, the Japanese said, it's a power vacuum, let's take it all. And they started with China, right? And then they got blown to pieces.
Not just wanted to disrupt and to offend, they do it on purpose and for Christmas tree lighting, So they just embarrass, compromise, and discredit the whole idea.
Bang, that's the signs. These are the signs. Right? This sign they're handed out. Right? It's very, very choreographed. It's the same group that hands Party for Socialism and Liberation. That's who they are. Party for Socialism and Liberation. I was right. I remember these signs. You'll see them all over the place with different slogans. Right now, they're supporting the Free Palestine thing. It's like a professional fucking, rally, instigator, agitator group. They come, they hand out the posters, and they get people standing on the sidelines. Oh, I'll take a poster. I'll take one of those. I'll carry it. It's funded. Party for Socialism and Liberation. Check it out.
Of a peaceful protest.
I think you hit the nail on the head because you mentioned the word disruption. If you think about what these protesters are doing at the Christmas tree lighting, they shut down the Manhattan Bridge this past Sunday.
So what?
So commuters couldn't get home from the
they couldn't get home.
Thanksgiving holiday. There was also the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade we mentioned. They were gluing themselves to 6th Avenue. You have to wonder who...
Why is Fox so venomously trying to make up things that are not really important? Somebody glues themselves to a wall, so what? How many in the George Floyd riots, how many roads did they block? How many things did they break? This is not even in the same category. This is just a couple of you'll always have a couple of extremists sprinkled in. But I don't see this as extreme at all. I see this as what democracy looks like, for lack of a better term. This is what democracy looks like. You get together, you go out, and you voice your opinion. That's all it is. That's what peaceful protest is. And at those peaceful protests, there will be angry people that will push and shove, and it turns into a rugby match. But that's just a testament to emotions are high. Like the January 6th situation, where those guys, the participants in January 6th, got thrown in prison for years, 22 years, 25 years. Remember that seditious conspiracy to overthrow the government? No. That's the People's House. On January 6th, there was a bunch of Americans that pushed into the People's House and demanded to see more and more be done about a potentially rigged election. Now, and they learned, a lot of I think what happened, a lot of the Trump supporters, the MAGA crowd, was really, really in denial over the fake elections in America. Right? When Bernie Sanders in 2016 unequivocally got robbed in front of everybody, the Democratic primary was totally rigged against him. Right, and everybody saw it. Everybody knew it was happening, right? And what did the MAGA crowd, the Trump people, do? They didn't do anything. They said, "Yeah, come over to our side, right? We don't cheat, right?" Or there's no. You're supposed to call out the cheating, regardless of what side is doing it, right? I'll give myself a hand for that one. I'll say that again. You see cheating, right? The MAGA people. The MAGA people knew that the elections were rigged. Why? Because they were told the elections were rigged, and the evidence was on the table in 2016. The DNC admitted it in open court that they pick the candidate, and they continue to do it. They continue to do that. So I think the MAGA crowd was really very naive to think that this cheating somehow is advantageous to them. See, they cheated and they kicked out Bernie. See that the party is a mess, right? And then what happened? They came to power and then they went after you, right? And threw you in jail, right? Or tried to throw your leader in jail, Trump. People sitting in jail right now for January 6th. I don't see anybody going to jail for any of these other things. All right, that's a national disgrace right there. Somebody's got to change that.
Are they trying to persuade with this sort of behavior? There was a New York Post op-ed that pointed out a few days ago that this is the exact opposite approach taken by Martin Luther King when he aimed for orderly protests to convince people and speak to the humanity in all of us. That's not what's happening here at all.
I just would like to compare it to pro-Israel rally in Washington, D.C. 300,000 people came. Yeah. It was absolutely peaceful. It was a very strong and powerful message. They thanked police. They thanked America. And they were clearly pro-Israel. Message was sent.
So here's the Jew making a case that, see how peaceful we were in Washington, D.C., 300,000. And look at these animals. They're sitting on the sidewalk. Arrest them.
Nothing like what we see in New York. I believe that.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar. The guy's full of shit. Being the market's open, let's look at the market and then we'll come back. Let's see. Green. I see green. I do. Do I see green? I do. I see green. I see green. Yeah. Let's see. Nvidia down $1.50. Google up 40 cents. Apple up 77 cents. Amazon up 40 cents. Meta up 63. Strong. Microsoft up 65. Everything up. Tesla down 2.5. Rivian up another 2 cents today. Interesting. Creeping up again. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing are military-industrial complex stocks. The profiteers in the wars, getting money directly from the United States government to bomb the shit out of Hamas in Israel, in Palestine. All up right now. All the military-industrial complex stocks. Lockheed Martin up 265, Raytheon up 41, Boeing up a buck and a half. On the vaccine front, the vaccine, we haven't heard from the virus in a while. Must be working. The people that make the shit, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna, that make that vaccine smack for the people that want it and need it to keep you safe and far away from everybody. All three are green right now. Pfizer is up 5 cents, Johnson & Johnson up 13, and Moderna up 43. Strong market right now. Strong market. All right. Guns. If you're into, the military industrial complex, these are your stocks. If you're into the medical industrial complex, vaccine, aka vaccine, you go with these three right here, right? Up. It doesn't matter social ramification for what they do. Fuck it. They're arms dealers. What do I care? It's legal. They're just trying to make turn a quick profit, motherfucker. That's all they are. Right? So where am I? I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, look at this. There's listen to this idiot.
That's exactly right. So Senator Schumer made an eloquent presentation about the rise of anti-Semitism, and he's right about that.
Is he?
So what happened here is 30 9/11s for Israel occurred on October the 7th. 1,200 Jews were slaughtered in their homes. The biggest killing.
He called it 30 9/11s. That's a good phrase, fucking.
The Jewish people since the Holocaust.
I like this guy. He says a lot of good things, Lindsey Graham, often, but right now he's got his foot in his mouth.
And you have in Oakland, California, people praising Hamas. The Democratic Party supports the Palestinians over the Israelis for the first time in polling last year. So this effort by my Democratic colleagues to put restrictions on money going to Israel to defend themselves is sick and absurd. This call for a
see, it's all about the money. It's all about the allocation of the money.
ceasefire is.
Anyway, Lindsey Graham on the wrong side of history right here. These guys might be on the right side of history. There's a from the river to the sea, right? Now, who would try to trademark that phrase, the river to the sea? Two American fucking Jews, try to trademark the slogan that they see as anti-Semitism. So if anybody uses the slogan, two Jews from New York are going to jump out of a fucking, they're gonna come out of their Habib, their shack, and say, that's our slogan. You can't use it. Right? From the river to the sea. Imagine that. Can't make it up. The slogan emerging from the Palestinian national movement in the 1960s. That's where it came from. Two Jewish American men have submitted separate trademark applications for the expression, quote, from the river to the sea, unquote, triggering a flurry of reactions. A prominent legal expert has cautioned that the move might have unintended consequences for both the Jewish community and Israel. It could backfire. How does it backfire? I don't even understand the point. It's about you trying to intellectual property control from the American border, the slogan from the river to the sea, to do what? To prevent the Palestinians from using their own slogan because some jerk-off copyrighted it or trademarked it? It's fucking sick, right? But That's who you're up against, man. The Jews play rough, man. They play hardball, you know. Anyway, where are we going here? Well, market's down. Now we're going down. We were up. Now we're down. Uh-oh, what's going on? Went up. And now we're coming down. Well, it looks like it's finding support right here. If it cracks, if the NASDAQ cracks right here, if this is the bottom, then the bottom's in for a while. If it cracks here, I think it's gonna, go down, down, down. I've been saying it for a while. I thought it just looks like it's blown out of proportion all the way up here. Look at this bolt off the bottom. Bang. Right? It's like a tower of power. And eventually it collapses, right? And comes all the way down. This is the NASDAQ, by the way. So yeah, the markets have now turned green. NASDAQ is down 11. Dow Jones is up 190. Shut up, man. Dow Jones up 194, and the S&P is up 2. So mixed. The markets are mixed right now. NASDAQ is coming down right now. You can see it falling. You can see it falling. Yeah. So just to wrap this program up, I'm getting tired of talking about Israel. Really. It's the population of Israel. I wanted to point out this. Not that, but where's the fact? Yeah, this fact over here. There's a fact. A fact that I wanted to point out. Of the estimated 950,000 Arabs that lived in the territory that became Israel before the war, before 1949, over 80% fled or were expelled. Did you know that? There was almost a million Arabs in Israel prior to this, and 80% of them fled. The other 20% remained. Arab citizens of Israel today are largely composed of the people who remained and their descendants. Now, that's not a lot of people, right? The population has exploded in Israel. That's the point. There's 9.3 million. Right? So the point is, who owns Israel? Who has a rightful right to it? Right? I don't know. I guess the people that were there first. You definitely understand the imbalance in political opinion in America. Why do we support Israel so wholeheartly, the Jew part of Israel, and throw Palestine under the bus over and over and over again? Why do we label them terrorists, over and over again? Like, it's the Jewish lobby, I guess. I don't know, man. Anyway, I gotta bolt, right? I gotta watch this market. I gotta watch the market. So I'll see you guys. Today's Thursday. I'll see you guys on Monday. And have a great weekend. And I hope that was informative. I hope the program is informative and guides you along your way and trying to understand some of this stuff that's going on. Right? I'll see you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Peace. Boom, boom.